Well, hello and welcome to Book Talks with Sandy. I am Sandy Sanders. I am your host and creator of Book Talks with Sandy. It is a platform that is through the coffee conversations with Sandy and friends. And what do I say? Book Talks with Sandy is a platform for authors, anthology book projects, and most of all, it is for you. Why do I say that? Because you just might be looking for a good book to read. Listen, I need you all to hang out with me, for about a little while. And I want you to share it out. Share it out with your friends. You know what I tell you to do. Share it out with your coaches. You are coaches. So share it out with your community. You are leaders of leaders and coaches of coaches. And today is going to be phenomenal because what? We're hitting the Caribbean. No, yeah, I'm not there physically, but we're bringing the Caribbean on over to, and it's the U.S. Virgin Islands. We're bringing it on over to Book Talks with Sandy. We are with these fabulous, fabulous ladies. So listen, stay tuned. Go ahead and share it out. And welcome to Book Talks with Sandy and the authors of Passion and Purpose. And there we go. I'm going to pull the video out and pull these ladies in. We are here, Book Talks with Sandy. Thank you all for sharing it. Now we are with the phenomenal, yes, Johanna D. Samuel and Vanessa I. Farrell, the visionary authors of Passion and Purpose. This is the U.S. Virgin Island Author Tour 2023. And yes, this book is filled with 21 inspiring stories from women in the U.S. Virgin Islands on business, leadership, and life. I'd like to say hello to the global speaker, anthology writer, author, speaker, none other than Johanna D. Samuel. Johanna, welcome back to Book Talks with Sandy. Thank you. Come on.
Hey, thank you so much, Miss Sandy, for having us. I'm truly excited. We always kind of talked about this. So yes. You are here in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Only this time is just virtually, but hopefully you will be here one day soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we are super, super excited to be a part of your journey of a visionary author. We know you to be, how many times? What are we talking? 3-4 times best-selling author now?
Well, in my mind, it's more, but I'm on my way to my second.
Awesome. Yes, indeed. Well, I am super, super excited to have you here with us on today. This book here is along with your the visionary author, Vanessa Farrell. Vanessa, hello. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you. Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Yes. And as we begin to introduce, the ladies will introduce themselves. We will go ahead and start with is it Medina John Baptiste, and then we'll go around. But then, ladies, I want to come back after that, and we're going to talk about this collaboration of bringing about this anthology. Passion says a lot, purpose says a lot, but you all are bringing it together in this anthology book project. Medina, if you would, go ahead and say hello to us.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Mariana John Baptiste. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. And forgive me, it's Mariana. And thank you so much for correcting me. I appreciate that. And
No
we
problem.
have Cindy. Cindy is with us. Cindy Frontal, if you will, come on and say hello to us.
Everybody, my name is Cindy. I'm to be here and to be a part of the book of these wonderful ladies.
Well, we are happy to have you, and we look forward to hearing more about you and your contribution to this book. I want to share with you all these ladies. Mariana is from St. Croix, and you just heard Cindy. Cindy also is from St. Croix. And Velma, is Velma on with us? That's right. Dr. Celia Nurse, if you will, and she is from St. Thomas.
Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we are happy to have you here as well. And Marbella.
Hi, everyone. It's Marvell. I'm so glad to be a part of this journey.
We're glad and I'm looking forward to hearing what all of you are having to say. Then last but not least is Giovanni Peters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Giovanni Peter. I'm originally from St. Thomas, but I do live in St. Croix now, and I'm very happy to be here with everybody. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's get to it. We have two visionary authors that are come together along with a total of 21 women that are going to be sharing. This anthology is together authors that are here to encourage everyone to read and be inspired. Those of you that are in our audience, y'all know what I do. You know what I ask you to do. I need you to tag at least 5 women that you know that will be encouraged, be inspired, uplifted, because what? We're in the middle of Women's History Month, as well as we celebrated International Women's Day. That was on last Wednesday. And Johanna, remind me what is happening there in the U.S. Virgin Islands on this month.
It's also Virgin Islands History Month.
Awesome. Yes, indeed. So listen, ladies, as we were sharing inspiring stories of women in the U.S. Virgin Islands on business, leadership, and life. If you all just bear with me here for just one moment, I just want to pull up some information here. Visionary author Vanessa I, I keep wanting to say L, but it is an I, you all. It's Vanessa I. Farrell. MPH MCHES. Vanessa I. Farrell is CEO and founder of VI Health Incorporated Wellness Coaching, as well as a visionary and best-selling author, speaker, and certified health coach herself. Lady Johanna is an inspirational speaker. Yes, we know her to be an inspirational speaker, global speaker, proprietary of A Touch accessories, which I am privileged to be wearing today. I am wearing one of her pieces. Well, ladies, Johanna and Vanessa, share with me how this conversation came about, and then from the conversation, the birthing of this book. What brought the two of you together?
Vanessa and I met in 2021, and we met at the first Girlfriendism retreat hosted by Dr. Kanuma Simmons. And, you know, the moral of the whole story, we were strangers, 2 women sitting right next to one another. And then a conversation evolved in speaking about an anthology in the Virgin Islands. Of course, I am a previous author of the Confident Woman Rise anthology, and Vanessa herself has been a part of 3 prior anthologies. So we thought it would be an awesome idea to come together and to afford the ladies in our community that. This has been something that has been on my heart for a while, but, you know, I must be honest, I suppressed it. I didn't bring it out until that day in conversation, you know, Vanessa and myself. So it has just turned out to be something amazing. It was definitely laid on my heart as I became an author that I saw a void And I thought that how amazing would it be for that to be filled and to share it with other women within our community. And let me just say, Caribbean women, we rock too. So why not an anthology being birthed here? Vanessa?
Yeah. Exactly. And you do rock for sure. So I feel honored that I sit among you. And we probably, we think, we talk, and we probably act the same. But come on, Vanessa, I'm looking forward to hearing how did this all come about for you?
Well, as Johanna said, we were two strangers it was Girlfriend Day, National Girlfriend Day, and we were all together. And as you said, we had that experience of being part of an anthology, and we knew not only the brand recognition or the boost that it could have for your business, but also the confidence that it will give to you as a woman, as a new author, as well as the financial gain that you can have if you really put your all into selling your anthology and to tell your story. Because we know that the ladies who were part of this book, and even in the conception, we knew that these women had a lot to say. So we really thought that it was an excellent opportunity. We moved forward, and here we are today.
I love it. And I love the foundation. You went to a conference, and a lot of times, let's be honest and let's be truthful. A lot of times you go to a conference and you end up leaving with no connection. I've been there. Have you ever been to a conference or you've traveled and you go to a meeting and we talk about business leadership? Yes. And you leave and you're going to gain or glean something and you left feeling empty. Wow, what did I go here for? Let's be honest, why did I waste my time? But here we said these two women had I believe, a divine connection, and a divine connection that out of the conversation, the collaboration, the coming together with like minds. Whenever you're doing an anthology project, it has to be like-mindedness. And the coming together and having these two women and to want to see their authors win. That's what it's all about. That's what a leader does. A leader wants to see others win, to carry on. I am going to ask each of the ladies, starting with Dr. Celia, if she will, come on and just share with us who you are, introduce yourself, and what made you say yes?
Oh, that's the best question ever. No, listen, I'm gonna start with the latter question. I have my what do you call these? My affirmations.
The affirmations, yes.
Yeah. The first, can I read my chicken scratch? The first one says, I am a prolific author with multiple bestsellers. I've had this written for several years. Okay. And it continues. But the first one says, I am a prolific author with multiple bestsellers. So I really couldn't say no. And, it just goes to show, because Joanna told me that story about her and Vanessa. It just goes to show how our purpose is connected to other people's purpose. And our obedience affects other people's opportunity to be obedient. Because this is my first book. Right. And so had Vanessa and Joanna not be obedient and answer to the calling when they were sitting next to each other, talking about the same thing or thinking the same thing, feeling the same thing, I wouldn't, along with my fellow co-authors, wouldn't have the opportunity to walk into our purpose in being a part of this anthology. But I am Celia Nurse, and I grew up in St. Thomas. My daddy from St. Croix, so I love St. Croix. And I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for, I think, 12 years now. But I'm in Georgia now, and I teach and I practice bedside, and I do motivational speaking. And it's just a privilege to be part of this, really.
Oh my goodness. What? Listen, come on. Marvell, if you will. Yeah, Destiny. It's divine connection is what it is. Come on, Marvell, and share with us.
I fully agree with Celia. I was approached 3 times. So I am a four time, soon to be 5, published author, educator, and I'm all about literacy. And I was kind of stuck in a rut and trying to decide what my next book will be. So I was first approached by my girlfriend, Lydia Molinar. She said, "You got to do this thing with me. You got to do this thing. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be impactful." I then was approached by my girlfriend, Dr. Kanuma. And she was like, "Merval, you got to do this thing. It's the girlfriends. We have to do this." And then Johanna reached out to me, "I'm telling you about this thing. You were referred to me about this anthology." So I feel like, with divine intervention, things sometimes come in threes. And I took a leap of faith. I felt like, well, these are some awesome women. I feel like they were awesome in their own right. Why not be a part of something great? And so I took that leap of faith and took the chance. And the experience has been amazing. The ability to share my story and share it with 20 other beautiful women, intelligent Virgin Island women. I'm a Cruisian, birthright, currently living in Florida. But, it really is an amazing journey. And I've made some 20 new friends, some that I knew and some that I've gotten to know better through the process.
Thank you so much. I love the story. And so, that you're adding to your collection and adding your book and also meeting others. I call it the quilt of life, ladies, is that when we go through life, and especially now that we're able to be around in the spaces with each other. For 2.5 years, we were closed in. And it was through those times that I met Johanna. And it was because we were all over the place on virtual. You were on probably and then we got burnt out, Lady Vanessa. I'll be honest with you, because we were Zoom meeting here, Zoom meeting over there. Those of you that are in the profession, Dr. Celia, you were here in the United States, and I'm telling you, COVID, and we was all stuck in, but it was through that space that I think that we found ourselves. We found what we had the capacity to do, what God granted us the capacity to do, because many of us, I can't do that. What you talking about? We learned that we could. And so because of that, and then here we are. And so what a perfect timing for this amazing, amazing book. I want to go ahead and go to Giovanna, and come on and introduce yourself and tell us who you are.
Hi. Once again, I'm Giovanni Peter. I am originally from St. Thomas, but like I said, for the last 17, 18 years, I've lived on St. Croix. So I make St. Croix my home now with my husband and kids. What made me say yes? Well, in all honesty, when the opportunity was presented to me, I didn't even realize that it was an opportunity for me. I thought it was an opportunity that 2 of my other friends were just telling me that they were involved in. So I was just, happy and congratulatory and just, great. And I didn't give it a second thought. I was like, okay, great. They're doing this thing. And it's not until almost maybe a month later, we were discussing it and they said, yeah, something. And then you didn't want to do it. And I'm like, what do you mean I didn't want to do it? And like, yeah, we asked you about it. And I was like, well, I didn't realize you were asking me. I thought you were just telling me something that you were doing.
Come on here, girl.
And so from then, it took a little while for me to say yes, really, because I'm like, my most comfortable area really is behind the scenes. I'm not an out front type person. And so these last maybe 2 years, I've been working to kind of just come out from behind. And so I had to say to myself, you know what, this is just another step forward in doing something that makes you happy, doing something that leaves a legacy, doing something that showcases you. And I was just, it just went from there. It just writing the chapter, going through the emotions of it all. It was amazing. I'm very happy that I said yes. I'm very nervous throughout the entire process, even nervous throughout this, doing interviews and everything, but I am definitely happy I said yes. Joanna, Vanessa, thank you guys for bringing me on this journey with you. Kanuma, Mariana, thank you guys for being like, hey, dummy, let's go. This is all of us together. Let's do it, you know? So I'm very happy. Thank you.
I'm loving it. And all of you all together. It is a journey. It's like, come on, girl, let's go ahead and do this. You got a story to tell. Everyone has a story. And it's so, Johanna and Vanessa, we are in the midst of Book Talks with Sandy. We do a quarterly book tour. How fitting. I'm so thankful. But we do a quarterly book tour that is called I Have a Story, where authors come and share their incredible stories, their pain to purpose. And you today have a book called Passion to Purpose, Passion and Purpose. And so it is so fitting. I want to, before the next young lady comes on, I want to just share with our audience just a little bit here. And as it is written in your press release, is that on March the 15th in 2023, St. Croix, Virgin Islands, Passion and Purpose, 21 inspiring stories, as we have said, from women in the U.S. Virgin Islands on business, leadership, and life, is now available to purchase worldwide. And this is part of their press release. But I want to get a little bit further in. Vanessa, who is also the one of the contributing visionaries, she says here is that we are thrilled to share this collection of stories with the world. We hope that the readers will be moved by these women's journeys and inspired to pursue their own passion and purpose, and not just passion, but passions, because it's in our heart. We're producers. We are women. We produce. God created us that way. And so not just one time, but there are areas that we can impact. And these women are here to impact you through their story. As women, it is written here in their press releases, it says, as women, we all have passion that ignites us. They burn so bright within and around us that we can't dim them, no matter how hard we try. It is from these passions that our assigned purpose emerges, and we become the women God truly created us to be. So those of you that are tuning in, hi, Lady Katrina, right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. You all, the lady makes pralines. I don't know if y'all ever had a praline, but Lord have mercy. Yes, indeed. She is on in our audience, and we do want to say thank you, Bill, for sharing. Good evening, ladies. And Geneva is saying hello to us as well. And our ambassador, Brenda Moultrie, she's always there front and center sharing out. Thank you all for joining us on today. Now we're going to hear from Modini. I know I'm saying her name wrong. Forgive me. Miss John Baptiste, come on, if you will.
You're fine. It's Mariana.
Mariana, there we go. I'll hear after I hear it a couple of times. Please forgive me. Yes, come on.
No problem. You're not the first, and I guarantee you'll not be the last. So I'm fine. You'll get it.
But come on and share with us who you are and a little bit about how you met these ladies.
So again, my name is Mariana Jean-Baptiste, and I was actually at the same girlfriendism retreat that Joanna and Vanessa was at, along with Giovanni and even Cindy. And so I was there when the idea was birthed. And then in my true fashion, I just kind of forgot about it and I went about my business. But they didn't. And I've always had a love for writing. Like, writing has always been a great passion of mine. I can't tell you how many projects I have that has never seen the light of day. So this was a great opportunity for me to actually be a part of something. So when Joanna came to me like, why aren't you a part of the anthology? I'm like, huh? I was like, I don't know. I'm so used to saying no to things. And for some odd reason, I can't tell you why, I decided to say yes. And I said yes. And I put myself out there to share my journey as a babypreneur. You know, I've always cheered on my friends who were entrepreneurs, but never thought I could attain something like that. So for me, it's really about the support system of girlfriends around me and them pushing me to do more and be more with the vision I've always had in my head.
That So powerful. So now you are among entrepreneurs and you're sharing your journey. It's all coming, it's evolving as you're walking through it. And that is what's so amazing. I have a question, Vanessa, if you will. Bring us in from the coaching perspective, that we have new authors here entering into the entrepreneur world, the literacy world, and they've said yes to the project. How do we flow from here and knowing in that space? I just want you to help us out a little bit.
How do we flow from here in terms of from a coaching perspective? Well, I think from a coaching perspective, what I can do is to provide accountability to these women. And accountability meaning that once these books are in their hands, that they are going to be selling them like hotcakes, okay? Because we did not write this book to stay on a shelf. So if I need to step into coach role and follow up to make sure that people are selling their anthology, I will be a coach for that very reason.
Awesome. I'm loving it. So the package is coming together. Yes, the book, and not just that, but putting the book in individuals' hands. Johanna, come on and share with us. That is that coaching piece. But both of you women came together, and I know, share with us your heartbeat to see other women win. Just with that question, your heartbeat about seeing other women win, because that is your passion.
Yes, definitely it is. Thank you, Vanessa, for that. You were the perfect person to answer that, because Vanessa, she tells us all the time, we just don't write a book just to have it there. And of course, coming together with all these beautiful, compelling stories of our trials and how we overcame, it's not only for us, it's, again, to share with those women who needs those inspiration, who needs to hear it, who needs the encouragement, and also to be guided. I want to say that last night I had an experience with someone, and I saw that she posted under one of my thread, and I was in the midst of working, but something just told me to just reach out. So therefore, I kind of know her. Previously, she is from here, but have lived on the mainland for many, many, many years. And I just reached out to her just to say thank you. And that turned out into an hour and a half conversation. Okay, but I know Vanessa, when she hears this, she's going to be like, I told you. But in the midst of that conversation, she shared with me that I've been watching you for years, since your boutique was Out of Touch. And I have seen your passion. I've read your words. And she wanted me to know how much she have been inspired, and that she's so touched to see this journey and to see that I'm continuing to move forward. And she did have an idea, because I've said on so many occasions, entrepreneurship, it can be lonely. It's not easy, but you have to have this willpower to keep going. And for me, I always talk about that private whisper from God. So moving forward, she has some business ideas. She is in a particular field, but she wants to expand. And for me, what I do and how I connect with women is those inspired everyday women. I connect with them through my experiences and my lessons learned. And last night, that's exactly what I did. And I was able to help her shift. So in that moment, it's like it continues to just come full circle for me of my obedience, and doing exactly what I'm doing here by, inviting these women to the table, creating a table for us so we can grow, not only in our individual fields, but together. And this individual, she said to me, she said, I would pay you. And Miss Sandy, we have had this conversation before. Vanessa has told me. So because of my obedience and never giving up and continuing to go along my individual journey, I do not take for granted the hard knock lessons or experiences that I've experienced and what I can share with other women. So again, I have been getting quite a bit of inboxes just by women saying, thank you. I see you and I hear you and I thank you.
Wow. Wow.
And you know, let me say, Miss Sandy, this is coming from the person who is an introvert. Some of the individuals that I have met, whether they're coaches, mentor, you know, I've heard, you know, you don't have to say that, but I am comfortable. You know, that is what God wants me to show, that vulnerability from the individual who have been, you know, shy, intimidated, sometimes not feeling she was beautiful enough. Yes, ladies, I did say that, coming from being molested when I was a little girl and to now, I kept going. So that is what I want to continue. That is what I've tried to bring across, and that is what I would want to continue to bring across to women.
Yes, indeed. I want to put back up a comment from our audience. Lady Katrina says, she says, I love with the heart how these ladies are circled back to encourage one another to pursue and share their stories within the anthology. I do want to say hello to Tracy Halcrumby out of Atlanta, Georgia, podcaster, author, and an advocate of helping to bring about awareness to individuals that are that have died of suicide. An incredible story. And so thank you so much, Tracy, for being in our audience on today. I didn't forget you. It's kind of like I thought you had talked, but then you hadn't. Come on and share with us. You did introduce yourself. We want to hear from you, lovely lady. Let me see. I think I can unmic her. Okay. Now. Try it one more time. There we go. Nope. There we go. Oh. Tap it again. Yeah, tap it one more time. The microphone. There we go. And I'm wondering if it's continuing to go back. Let's see something. Okay, now.
Was back up.
Yeah, you're good now. Oh no, it went on mute again. I'm going to show a infomercial, and while she's fixing that, if you will, we are brought to you by the CTR Media Network. We're part of the CTR Media Network family, where we are heard in over 350 million worldwide, as well as 50 countries across the world. So if you will, just stay tuned, and we will be hearing from the CTR Media Network.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Yes, CTR Media Network. And yes, super excited to be a part of the network where we are heard on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and our YouTube channel, Coffee Conversations with Sandy. Miss India, hi, you in there? Okay, I think you got it now. Say hello to me.
It's back up.
Yes, ma'am. Yay! Yeah, give a shout, hallelujah.
It goes back by itself.
Come on, girl. It is all okay.
As I was saying, okay. As I was saying, I've been doing this for such a long time, and I know everything that happens in life or things that happens in your each person's life. I know for me, I've always said I could write about this. I would tell my friends that I could write a book because because of so experience I've encountered along the way. And so Joanna approached me about it. She approached me about the book, intrigued, definitely wanted to. And, I was happy to come along on this journey with the other ladies and participate in this anthology. And I'm thinking that I want to make it a stepping stone into um, being an author for another book. Of course, with the help of Joanna and Vanessa. So I'm just happy to be a part of this. I look forward to everything that comes about from this experience. And I'm just glad to have met I haven't met everyone, but I know sooner or later I'll be meeting everyone. And it's always a good thing to meet new women and share and read about their experiences as well. So thanks for having me.
We can't hear you, Miss
No,
Sandy.
you can't hear me. Thank you. When I started seeing this, I said, okay, they're not giving some high praise. They telling me they can't hear me. Okay, but we will give a high praise. We know how to do that, don't we? All together. I tell you, get us in a room together and we know how. We know how to bless the Lord. Hallelujah. But yes, at this time, I was saying, Johanna and Vanessa, this is an opportunity for the authors to share a part of their heart with our audience. I tell you, we're so thankful. Each of them are in there. We're getting some feedback. Some of the comments here, it is that this is a great show. Thank you very much. You all are beautiful and radiant. They say, wonderful host and our amazing visionaries and my fellow co-authors, you are doing an amazing job. And that is coming from Geneva Whitaker. And yes, indeed. So we're going to actually start with Giovanni, if you will. We're going to just kind of step back and give you an opportunity to share a couple of minutes. You got about 2 minutes just to share your heart, what we can be expecting from your chapter. Oh, and visionaries, I always ask permission. Can they share their title or are there to be a hush hush?
Well, it's up to them if they want to share their title, but they can just go into
snippets.
A little snippet, just a little teaser.
I love it. I love it. Okay. And we will follow suit. We're going to put you out there first, Miss Lady Peter. Okay. Go ahead. Take it away.
Way to throw me out there. Okay. So I will share the chapter title of mine, which is Small Steps, Big Gains. I didn't quite know what I was going to write about when I first started. Writing is not my first love. I am an avid reader, but writing is something that I have to work on. And so as I was going through my brain and picking my friend's brain, Mariana's brain mostly, and Kanuma's brain of what am I going to share? What do I have to share? I am like Mariana as well. I'm still a baby in the entrepreneurial world. I still work a full-time job and I am kind of dipping a foot actually now into the entrepreneurship world. And what I decided to write about was my journey coming from that structured 9-to-5 world, coming from having the background where you kind of just saw your life planned out for you. You knew which direction you were going, and making a change where you just realize you kind of like, you know what, this is not fulfilling me the way I need to be fulfilled. And just deciding to make a change in small increments. I did not jump feet first into the pool. I didn't have that opportunity. However, I decided to make small steps into this. And my chapter really kind of goes through the emotions that I felt doing that and my whys. Like I said before, the legacy that I want to leave for my children, so that they know that there is a different path that they can take, that it's not just a structured path that they have to be on. They can do anything that they want, that the sky's the limit, that anything is possible. I want to be that positive role model for my kids so that they can see me venturing out into other things. They can see me taking that leap, and they can know that, what, my mom did it, I can do this. I'll be here to support, my children support me. Even as young as they are, they still support me, and I will be there to support them. I just really wanted to be able to share my anxiety about the process, because I know that there are other people like me out there who are just maybe looking at it but thinking, I probably can't do this, or I'm not able to do this right now, and just showing that every small step takes you closer to the goal that you want to have. So that really is the gist of my chapter, is really just the emotions throughout my journey of making that decision till now. That's it. Uh-oh, did we lose Miss Sandy?
I'm here. I'm here.
Back.
I'm back here. I'm back here working. Y'all go ahead. Yes, I am here. Dr. Nurse, if you will, come on and share your heart.
Absolutely. So the title of my chapter is called False Labor. And depending on who you ask, they will tell you, those who know me fairly intimately, they will tell you that I have done a lot of superhuman things in my life. And I could write several books about the several things I've been through that were superhuman, how I survived them. But I chose one that in the chapter, readers would be able to extract from it a gem that they could apply to their own lives, that would help them give birth to their dreams, then help them unwrap the gifts that they were born with. And that's all I'm going to say.
She said that's all she's going to say. That was a serious drop of a gem for sure.
Vanessa, that's our girl. She's well trained, Vanessa.
Oh my goodness. Yes, Katrina, she says, love this, not just a structured path. And that was coming from Giovanna that was talking earlier. She says, my interpretation of that, what if God hadn't given you the blueprint? You may be used by God to be the blueprint. Loving it, hands raised and all. At this time, we're going to bring on Marvell, and it's your opportunity to share about your chapter.
Oh boy, what can I say? Well, the title of my chapter is You Too Can Bloom. I don't want to share too much. What I will say is that it really speaks to my spirit and my passion and growing as a person and an individual, as a writer. We all go through hardships through life, and how we overcome them really makes a difference in the way that we're blooming. I believe that, we are all flowers that once we are planted and we are nurtured, we can grow. And I have come in a habit of really cultivating and nurturing young people and leaders. And from my chapter, I've actually started a blooming movement. My goal is to inspire women and everyone everywhere with the notion that despite your circumstances, you too can bloom, you too can overcome them, and you too can be amazing. And I had to learn that for myself as well, growing up. And that's all I'm going to say, Vanessa.
And she said, and that's all I'm going to, ooh, y'all.
You got to read the book.
Gotta read the book. Gotta read the book. This is Sandy Sanders of the Book Talks with Sandy. This is our author tour of the book called Passion and Purpose. 21 women that are sharing stories of the U.S. Virgin Islands on business, leadership, and life. The visionary authors, none other than global speaker Johanna D. Samuel and coach MPH and business coach herself, Vanessa I. Farrell. These two women have come together to bring these fabulous women together to share their story in the book that is called Passion and Purpose, a must-read anthology that you must get into your hand. Before we bring our next author on, we do want to give kudos to Lisa. I consider her as a co-laborer in this literary world. She is amazing, phenomenal. Many of her authors that she have had the privilege of publishing their books have come across our screen, and we are honored. We want to say honoring or give honor to Dr. Talisha Perry, who is the editor-in-chief and publisher of Courageous Woman magazine. Not only is she the publisher, but she's also an author, book publisher, speaker, and screenwriter. Dr. Perry, again, you've done it again, and we applaud you. Lady Johanna, come on and tell us how this came about, and then we will have our next speaker. Let's see, who do we have? Oh, yes, Miss Jean Baptiste. See, I didn't even want to say your first name because I didn't want to get it wrong. Okay, come on. How Lady Dr. Perry and you all came together?
Well, Talisha Berry?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Either one.
All right.
Yes, Johanna and Vanessa, both of y'all can speak to it.
So we learned about Talisha because Talisha was the publisher, coach for the book that Johanna had just finished publishing. So she knew of her. She knew the work that she was capable of. We did interview other individuals to assess, because we didn't just want to go with the first person. So we did speak to others, and Talisha rose to the top. And since Joanna was already comfortable with her, we just took the plunge, and it has been a whirlwind. Over how long has it been? We've been working together on this, and she has just been so patient and so kind as we've gone through the process.
Awesome. Phenomenal. Listen, she's produced, her work speaks for itself, for sure. Johanna, you want to share? Yes, you were part of Courageous Woman Rise.
Confident Woman Rise. Confident Woman Rise with Ms. Doreen Letstrom-Reed. And of course, Ms. Doreen brought me along after speaking at one of her virtual conferences and invited me to be a part of the Confident Woman Rise anthology. She directly called me, and she just had such faith in me and said, I see you and I hear you, and there is so much, and I want to bring you along. And so said, so done. Of course, that's how I met Talisha Berry. Talisha Berry also became an author, co-author in the same anthology book. So I had a little bit of a relationship with her, and as Vanessa shared, Vanessa, of course, and we prayed about it, right, Vanessa? This just did not happen just like that. We took time. We took like weeks apart from each other. And because Vanessa definitely, I'm grateful for her. She is a woman of God and very faithful. And of course, I have been in a space of hearing God for myself. So, we did our soul searching. We prayed about it, came back to the table, and then we just proceeded. So, of course, Talisha Berry is our, publisher. We have been working with her for a while. Our project did go a little longer than expected, but I'm sure it's safe to say, Vanessa, that we have been stretched and we have grown, especially me. Vanessa is very bootstrapped, so I had to kind of come along. So I learned not only from Talisha, but I also have learned so much from her.
Yep. Yeah, that is amazing. Talking about stretching, the ladies being new authors, and no matter, this may be your first one, but when you'll begin to see in those that have written before that your story is just a portion of who you are, and your writing will continue. I say that from experience because we sit now under book number 9. I think I lost count. I think I'm at 13 now. But I say that with humility, definitely humility, because my writing began to change. I no longer talked about those issues that I walked around with. But by the time I think I got to maybe book 5 or 6, I began to talk about taking action. This is what you want to do in order to achieve. And so we sit here and I tell you, don't despise the small beginnings, according to the word of God. Because one day I sat and my visionary author told me, and she's fabulous. All of you, if you don't know her, look her up, Kern Crockett Cherry, one of the 3 founders of the Success Women's Conference. And she's my visionary author. And she said, Sandy, you have a show. And I was like, huh, I do? And that's because Vanessa I was getting up and talking and doing what I do, and my love for coffee. And God used that theme. And here we are now, about 5 years later. And it was because one person saw me. One person believed that I could do something that I knew it was within myself, but I just didn't know how to do it. But when I became an author, I didn't know how to get my book out. And I was like, God, what do I do? Well, you're already doing some lives. This is our conversation, Cindy. But I knew that I always wanted to have a space. And so it is our Book Talks with Sandy is our first fruit. No matter what, we'll always, as long as the Lord let me do this, we'll have a space for authors. So you can come and share your incredible stories. Come on, Lady Baptiste, come on and share with us who you are and about your chapter.
Okay. Good evening again. My name is Mariana Jean-Baptiste. And the title of my chapter is My Dear What If You Fly? And it's really about taking the fear you might have and the questions you might have about even trying to go on an entrepreneur journey and stepping out in faith. And it just really, again, I'm a babypreneur, like I like to say. So it's really about that stepping out in faith. And funny enough, this is something I had dabbled with like 7 years ago, the thought of going into this space. And I had written about it, just like my little personal blog. I had written about it 7 years ago. And when I was approached to do a chapter, I went back and I read what I had written, and it was almost identical to the feelings I was having present. And I was like, if I'm feeling this way, I know other people feel this way also. So it really talks about using that fear, having good vibes around you, a positive circle around you who supports your decision to follow through or not, and what that brings.
I love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, indeed, indeed. Come on, yes, let's give yourselves a hand, give yourselves an applause. Yes, indeed. I do want to just thank you, Lady Johanna. So go ahead, tell me what is about to happen, what is going to be taking place for the journey of putting this book in individuals' hands.
All right. So I guess now I can go ahead and share that our launch day is next week, Wednesday, on the 22nd of March. We are very excited. And these ladies, it is our heart's desire, Vanessa and I, that we have these ladies join us on the bestseller list. Definitely. And this book will just be an inspiration. I'm just so proud that that this is a book from Caribbean women. I'm sure, of course, there are others, but now we have joined that link that we too can share our voices and our humbling experiences. So we're just looking forward for women, just receiving just messages of inspiration. And it is my heartfelt desire, I'm sure with Vanessa, as she said earlier, that the women, that they continue going and growing within their respectful fields in their chapter. I must say that there are at least a few of the women that has shared that this book has allowed them to just share a snippet of their story, and they are going to move forward into their own book and their own memoir, just as Vanessa is doing. And I think that also I am at that stage right now to really go ahead and to do my own book. So I'm very excited about this and what this is going to offer all of us.
Awesome. So next Wednesday, yes. You all know how I tell you to do it. I need you to put it on a Post-it note. I need you to put it in your phone, slap it across your head. Do it on Wednesday, the 22nd. It is going down in the Caribbean. Yeah. And here, the ladies, on behalf of us, the sisters here, I think you call the mainland. Come, y'all help me out. There's no shame in my game, because I know when I come there that you all will treat me well. But listen, down in Atlanta, I know Dr. Nurse. Yes, indeed. So we want to support you. So please let us know how we here can do what we do on Amazon. Get your post out. We want our team, our platform, our followers. We're going to be right there just cheering you on, saluting you. And yes, helping lay that crown and that gold seal and that silver seal out there that you are #1 international best-selling author. Yes, indeed. We speak that into existence. I want to make sure that on tomorrow I have two things. Y'all help me out. I do believe that I'm going to get the flyer. We will be back here tomorrow evening with the second group of authors that will be coming through and sharing, just as the ladies did today. Now, listen, we don't expect the same, but we are going to have an amazing time celebrating these women who are part of an anthology of 21 women who are sharing their incredible stories, passion, and purpose. I'm telling you, I love, y'all said so much. As my taking notes, need encouraging. I wrote that down because y'all was talking so fast. You too can bloom. Was that you? Did I say you too can bloom? Did I hear that correctly? I don't know. Did I get that out of somebody? Marvell,
yes, you did. You too can bloom.
Go ahead. See, okay. So when I hear things like that, and it just kind of, Vanessa, it pops in my head, and I'm like, if anything, yeah, I'm gonna buy the book, but I want to hear all the stories. We want to grab your cup of coffee. Y'all know what we do. Our coffee, yeah. We grab our cup of coffee, we grab our tea, and we want to sit. And so we want to hear these amazing, beautiful stories, expressing and lessons learned. I heard someone else say, telling your stories and just walking in purpose. So amazing. Did everyone get to share? And if you have any social media connections, we do want to hear that before we end our broadcast. I am Sandy Sanders. I do want to share my screen because I did give homage to this great woman, a guy who I mentioned about her business. She makes the candies. It's called pralines. I didn't know nothing of, all I knew it was just candy with nuts in it. So when I moved there, but her business is called I Am Candy and Things. So here is her website. And her website, just want to kind of bring it up a little bit more. I think I can pull it down. Well, here she is. Let's see if I can bring her on. Let's give her an opportunity to share who she is.
They would make tribute to my grandmother and grandfather. They would make treats for the family, cost-effective treats, which one of them was pralines. And they get to see not only a Black-owned business, a woman-owned business, they get to see a person that's able to navigate in the community and build the community up. So tribute to my grandfather. It's a tribute to my grandmother and grandfather that they instilled some great lessons and hard work and all of that. And all of that is spewed into that candy, that spirit of love, kindness, community, all poured, packaged in love in that candy.
Yes, indeed, indeed, indeed. So I just wanted to give her homage. Came to know her. She's one of the ladies here on the coast. And if you would like to have your business featured on our shows, any of our shows, we have the Monday morning coffee conversation where we are making room for a positive transformation in our life. We're taking God's word and allowing his word to be a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. You can catch me here each and every Monday morning at 7:00 a.m. Central Standard Time, where we believe that God's word is the lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. We use that scripture. We have as our foundation all through the month, our spiritual life, our natural life, and then we come back at the end of the month and talk about our win-wins. So if you would like to be a sponsor of any of our shows, do reach out to me and we will share that information. It is always our custom here on Book Talks with Sandy to yield back and allow our visionary authors to share their heart, their spirit before we end our broadcast. And I'd like to go ahead and start with Vanessa. And if you will, Lady Vanessa Farrell will come and share our last thoughts of our broadcast on today.
Well, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you for sharing your platform with us. And we are looking forward to your support and the audience support next week on the 22nd when we hit those social media streets with our new book, Passion and Purpose. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And at this time, we will hear from, I see it. Where is she? I think Johanna, let me see if I can find her. I think she stepped away just for a moment. We're going to go ahead and see if we're going to start with Dr. Celia. Let us know what's happening with you, any of your social media platforms that you anyone can reach out and follow you.
Miss Sanders, I was there in the chat putting my stuff.
You better go ahead. But she's everybody. Giovanni says yes. She says now I want some, and she says Giovanni said my sweet tooth, and yes, everyone is saying amen, amen. Come on, lady.
No, so on the Facebook Live, I put my my website, but I'm gonna share it as well here.
Would you mind?
So yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. My website is www.strengthunderpressure.org. That's if you want to book me for speaking. I'm not limited to Georgia. I will come and go anywhere I need to be, so that I can share my story and bless whoever is to be blessed by my story.
Amen.
I can be followed on Instagram at Dr. Celia Nurse, just as my name is on the screen without the period. It's just one word, DrCelianurse. And those are the two main places to find me. And look out for more books from me. I'm working on a book now about freedom, one about bullies, and then my life story memoir that'll be a few years from now.
Awesome. Well, we will be listening out for it for sure. Yes, indeed. Anyone else want have anything going on? And you have your Johanna is back, so we'll have last words from her. Yes, go ahead.
Again, I'm a babypreneur, but I do have some social media that I've created just to start, sharing more and getting more content out there. So I have an Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and they're all Caribbean Owl, because of course I'm a Caribbean girl through and through, and I have an obsession with owls. We don't have enough time for me to explain why I have an obsession with owls, but yes, Caribbean Owl is the handle for those 3 social media pages. And I'm also working on another another book project, because this book has given me some more confidence and the way to actually know how to go about creating something of this magnitude. So hopefully you'll see more from me in the near future.
Awesome. 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 Anyone else?
Yes. Hi. I'm on Instagram and on Facebook. I do run a small business called Belle's Occasions, poetry, books, and gifts for any occasion, because I am the poetess with the mostest. I started off as a poet and then moved into children's books and now this anthology. So I'm going to follow Celia's lead. We learn from each other and post it in the Facebook chat. But I do have a website, and this book has inspired me to finally branch into public speaking. I'm really a background person, believe it or not. And so it's encouraged me to go into public speaking and talk to young people about blooming. You too can bloom. So it's taken on a life of its own, and I didn't realize that it would. So I'm excited about that. And I do have another collection of poetry that I'm hoping to finish this year, which is the sequel to my collection. It's going to be Carambola Passion. So stay tuned for that.
Awesome. 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 And next, anyone else before we bring on Johanna?
Well, as for me, anybody can reach me on my Facebook page under my name. And I do also sell jewelry on a live on my page on the South. That's where I can be found for now. But I do like to expand. I'm also on Instagram as well.
Great. Thank you. So here we are, and we're super excited. You listen, on March the 22nd, you want to have that date on your calendar, in your phone. Y'all been hearing mine ding over here. I couldn't silence it, but put it on your forehead, on your calendar, because these ladies are going to be doing their bestseller author campaign, and we want to help them on their journey. We will be blasting it out, and we will also be reposting this conversation, as well as Johanna. We're going to go ahead and you'll have the last words. Let us hear from your heart while I go ahead and pull up the graphics for tomorrow's guest. Let's see. Did I lose her? I think she's having a connection. Dr. Nurse, I see you there. She may be having somewhat of a small connection there. Yeah, I think I lost her. On tomorrow, want to come back out. Let me see. The ladies that we have on tomorrow, want to pull that up if y'all give me just a moment. Also, I do want to ask one question. Is there a link that everyone can be able to also go to? Maybe Vanessa, you can help us. Is there a Facebook page group or anything like that that also shares y'all's information?
We do not have a public Facebook group as yet.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. All right. It's just your private. All right. Well, what I'm going to do, if y'all will just bear with me here for just a second, I am going to pull up the graphics for, this is real time, and normally I would have this up, but I want you all to see who our amazing guests. Let me see. Did Johanna get back in? Thank you, Marvell, for putting that in the chat.
She said that it kicked her out, and she said to just go ahead and proceed.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, if you will give me just a few moments here, we're almost done. We have the ladies that are coming on for tomorrow. And see if this There you are. These are the ladies that are coming tomorrow. This will be your guest for tomorrow. These ladies will be with us tomorrow. These are the authors that will be joining us for part 2 of our presentation. So make sure to tune in on tomorrow. We will be on at 5:30 p.m. Standard Time, 6:30 AST time. Okay. Johanna, are you there? Are you there?
I am here. I keep getting booted out.
Listen, we were going to be patient and wait, but go ahead. Yeah,
So
we're right down to
what did I
where we're
miss?
supposed. Nothing. Last words. This is it. We're ready to knock it out.
Oh my goodness, my last words. Okay, well, just thank everyone for joining, being here, supporting us. And Vanessa and I are truly proud of this anthology, The Passion and Purpose. And it's just so excited to share with everyone and to inspire others and to see the other authors to rise and to propel and to move forward into their own endeavors with their book. I am the owner of Added Touch Accessories. I beautify women, not only on the outer layer, but also from the inside out. And you can connect with me on Facebook platform Added Touch, Instagram Added Touch Boutique, and my website is shopaddedtouch.com. I want to, as last words, I want to share this with you. In The Confident Woman Rise, I ended my chapter by saying the last sentence: trust and believe that your pivotal moment is before you. And it is time for you to commit and be intentional. Awaken your confidence and rise to the special occasions of life. And do not forget to bring other sisters along. And when I read that, a year and a half later, joining with Vanessa Farrell, that is exactly what I have done, what we have done. In this chapter, pivoting intentionally to my chapter in the Passion and Purpose book. Intentional purpose leads to peace. I now give those insight and those shares of tapping into what we or you really want as a woman. So in that chapter, I just share those special experiences and lessons learned again, and those thoughts on how you can gain peace as you answer the calling on your life. So I thank you, Miss Sandy. Co-authors, I thank you. My co-visionary, I thank you. And we keep rising together and inspiring the next woman. It's all about simply just looking back, taking a moment to just stop in our respective field and looking back. And Vanessa, I just want to say to you, I see you. I know how busy you are. You're working behind the scenes on a few projects while you're coaching. I myself are doing some things. But just to know that we stopped, or not stopped, but we slowed down, and to intentionally just serve other women. I don't know if you'll ever know how special that was, that in this lifetime, we were able to do that with one another. And I pray that my pray that my co-authors and for the viewers, that you too can choose to do the same thing, because we are here to help, to serve, and to encourage the next woman. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Wow. Wow.
I give God the glory and I give God the praise. I don't go anywhere without saying, because ladies, I'm going to say this and I mean it. Then Miss Sandy, I can hand it over to you. Some of us as women, we have husbands, our children, our parents. But there's a God. There is somebody bigger and stronger than all those individuals around us. So I acknowledge who God is, and I thank him for never giving up on me and to allow me to hear his whispers so I can choose. Ladies, it's all about choosing and making that decision to be obedient, because when we're obedient, it's a whole other world. Love and light to everyone.
Indeed. Well, you have heard it. You heard from a visionary author, Johanna Samuel, and the co-visionary author, yes, Vanessa I. Farrell, and these phenomenal, amazing women that have joined and said yes to the project, Passion and Purpose, a must-read book of 21 inspiring stories from women in the U.S. Virgin Islands on business, leadership, and life. You've heard it this afternoon. Listen, I want you all to share this out with your community. Share it out with your girlfriend. Share it out with another woman that you know is in an entrepreneur state or thinking about going into business. Let her know a book is about to drop on March 22nd. But join me back here on tomorrow afternoon, Sunday afternoon, and we will be right back here for another episode of Book Talks with Sandy. And this will be the part 2 of our conversation and interview with these fabulous, fabulous women. Again, I am Sandy Sanders. You guys know that I love you. Listen, hang out with me, ladies, and you all be blessed and have an amazing, amazing rest of their evening.